Hello, what is up everyone? It's the Silver Spartan back with another video. So I'm going to be changing things up from my normal videos from my desk where I show you guys things that I've been purchasing. I'm going to talk about an interesting topic that's been coming up that I've been reading a lot about. So as you saw from the title of this video, I was questioning the value of gold and silver coming into the future. So I'm a young investor. I am only 18 years old, for those of you that don't know. So I have a long way ahead of me. Knock on wood, hopefully. So one of the big things is I have to see how the possibility of changes in precious metals could happen over the very, very long term. And one of the things that could affect this is asteroid mining. While this seems like a very science fiction topic, not likely to happen, there's lots of things that are like taking place right now. And this is a great article, and I'm going to be reading some things from it. So if we come down right here, the prospect of asteroid mining, long the stuff of science fiction, is now being likened to a 21st century gold rush. There is a quest for resources among the stars, and asteroids are the prime targets, either for the metals they contain that could influence earth-bound commodity markets, or for the water inside them that can be distilled into rocket fuel for future missions into deep space. Two of the leading companies, it goes on to say, Deep Space Industries and Planetary Resources, are two companies that are trying to do this. So if we come down here, there's lots of very interesting quotes about this. How Neil deGrasse Tyson, for example, says how they believe that the world's first trillionaire will be the person who exploits mineral contents from metallic asteroids or whatever. So the interesting thing is with a lot of this stuff is as we scroll down, we can see some pictures on the ideas of what it'll look like. But basically, the idea is that going into the future, there's large asteroid belts that are inside of our solar system that contain unimaginable amounts of precious metals. And for the longest time, the reason that we've given precious metals the value that they have is because we've had this idea that there's a finite amount here on Earth, and even though we can always mine more, there's always going to be a limit on what we can get. So for the longest time, they've had value because of that. And we've given them that value based on how much there is and was going to be. A lot of this is now possibly going to change going into the future. And whilst a lot of these companies have ambitious goals of saying, both companies predict that as soon as the mid-2020s, like that they're going to be extracting this from Mars, like to be used for trips to Mars, stuff like that. I think that is somewhat unlikely. I'm not going to say it's wrong, but I think that may be of a rushed timeline. I believe that it is very possible that there will be things like this happening in the 2030s, and they may not be profitable until the 2040s or 2050s. But the point is this is going to allow for these precious metals to be found in another way. So that could affect the supply and demand, because if the supply goes way up and the demand stays somewhat constant, then this could be a problematic situation for people that have large amounts of investments in gold and silver. But then again, like I just said, I don't think that this will really be a profitable thing until the 2050s or maybe even longer. So we're talking about 30 plus years away. So those of you who are watching this that are in retirement or this or that, or getting near that age, or you're mid-aged or whatever, and you don't think that a lot of this stuff is going to affect you in your lifetime, that's very possible. And a lot of this stuff just might not matter to you. But as a younger investor, and those younger investors that are also watching this, I just think it's something interesting to think about. So obviously, you guys know I have tons of gold and silver myself that I've saved up. Even though I'm only young, I like to use the money that I gain from my summer jobs, stuff like this, to buy that, because I find it to be a good way for me to save and for me to invest. But it's something where I'm always looking out to see how the markets could possibly change going into the future. Because like I said, I potentially have a long, long time left with these investments. So it's something interesting to think about, and I should definitely advise all of you to look into it, because I do think it is something that will end up having effects on the commodities market in the decades to come. So make sure to leave a comment in the comments below and tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think that this is a possibility of something that's going to affect us going into the future, or do you think that it's so far off that it's not going to matter to any of us? Anyways, as always, thanks so much for watching. And also, we're right around 950 subscribers, so we're coming up on 1,000, and there is a giveaway that's taking place. So I'd appreciate it a lot if you could spread the word and try and get me those extra subscribers to get me over the 1,000 mark, because that's been a long time goal of mine. Anyways, again, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed and leave a comment below. Peace out.